magic start button. It's actually pretty good because honestly I've been really bad at it lately. Like I think the last couple times I streamed I have not gotten the Technodrome once, and I was feeling kind of shitty about it because that's kind of important. I mean obviously it's hard to get and you're never going to be super consistent with it, so if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you just deal with it. But I would like to get that in the AGDQ run because that would be pretty awesome, but I've not been feeling too good about it. But I guess one thing is on the, maybe it's, I don't know, I was gonna say maybe it's better on the actual cart, but I'm sure that's no different. Alright, so we took damage there against Bebop. Now we're at half health, and it lets you kill this guy in 2 hits. Normally, the chainsaw guy would take 3 hits if you're at full health, but all the turtles except for Raph get a damage increase at half health, so you can do more damage to some enemies. So it's actually faster to get them at half health for certain enemies. I did this room really well. It's all about killing the first 4 of those flying guys, so you don't have to slow down at the end. Yeah, it lets you kill a lot of enemies in 1 hit quicker, which saves about a second each, so that boomerang guy's 1, and then Rocksteady I can also kill 1 hit faster. So that was a really good level. I think I even split a little bit late there, but that was pretty much perfect. I got the good fight there. It's actually strange because I was on a good pace in that level, and I still got the better Rocksteady pattern. Normally he'll charge at you immediately if you're on a good pace, but there he kind of sat around and waited, which lets you get 4 hits off. You can pretty much kill him the same time, regardless of what pattern he gets, but it's just harder to do the fast kill when he uses the bad pattern. So I got the extended jump there. Let's see if I did this perfectly, I'm not even sure. Nice. Well, jumped a little bit high, but it doesn't really matter. That room's really hard to do. So I was able to get the extended jump and then kill all those guys without... Like, that top flying guy would sometimes get out of the way, and you'd have to go back and kill him, but I was able to kill him on the jump. So yeah, so far this is pretty much perfect. There's another extended jump down there that I don't go for, but it's a little bit risky and doesn't save a ton of time. Alright, so I got the weapon drop there, which is actually really bad, but I was able to press select in time. Like, normally you're not ready and that enemy from behind can kill you, but I was able to press select, so I was fine. I got the extended jump too, and I was actually out of position, so I was able to adjust myself, which is kind of hard, so that was good. I kind of bumped up against the wall before jumping in the dam, which is a little bit bad. And then I messed up a tiny bit at the end of that building, exiting the door of the building. But those are just really minor time losses, so I'm still on a really good pace. And that's one problem, because I've been doing all these like marathon practice runs. You can see there I kind of slow down in that screen transition, and unfortunately when you slow down there, it means you're not going to get the good underwater current pattern, which means you can't get the speed boost in the long extended section that has the all the tons of seaweed, which is unfortunate, but I'm not quite sure what I'd do differently to get it versus not get it. But yeah, one thing I've been doing in the no reset runs is I've been doing the marathon practice, and I actually switch turtles differently. Like in that, I'll start with Don, and then I'll go to Mike, Raph, and end up as Leo, so that I can play as Leo in the next level, because he's a little bit easier. But it's a little bit slower, so what I'm doing here is the kind of the PB attempt turtle switching, where I end up with Mikey. Right now my health is kind of shitty, but it's okay. I mean, this level is pretty straightforward. The really only thing you can save, unless you mess something up like an idiot, is if you get the speed boost in that huge section before with all the seaweed. And like I said, I didn't have that opportunity because I slowed down earlier somehow. It's all got to be like global timer stuff, but don't quite know how to make it work, and I can't get to the dam section at the exact same time in every run. It's hard to do that. But my health worked out fine. I actually think I missed the, yeah, that's actually bad. Oh shit. So yeah, save time, -3 is a really good time. I actually wanted to take a hit there at the end. Besides the turtle switching thing being a little different here, you actually end up as Mike, and it makes it harder because you have to have a certain amount of health so that you can kill yourself quickly in the next level. Because after I get the missiles, I want to do a death abuse to leave that building really fast. So you want Mike to actually be at either 2 bars of health or 3, so 4 is a little bit much. See how I deal with that? But yeah, so that level was good, but the water section wasn't as good because I didn't get the speed boost. Still saved enough time though, so Run's in good shape. But yeah, so the turtle switching, what happens is, in the safe run and like the marathon run, I'll be Leo at the end of that level, and I'll play as Leo at the beginning of this, and then I'll switch from Leo to Raph and kill myself, and then go back from Raph to Leo. And at the end of the level, I'll switch from Leo to Don. So it's a couple extra turtle switches. Whereas in this route, I'm going to be Mike, I'm going to kill myself, I'm going to go right to Don, and I'm going to use Don for the rest of the game, pretty much. I bumped into the wall there. I should have entered the building a tiny bit quicker, but not too big of a deal. So what I should do here is take damage. Alright, I took damage, because I need to take as much damage as possible without wasting time. So there I kind of damage boost off that guy's flame, which I guess it slows you down a little bit, but not too much. There I took a little bit of damage, but not enough. Like, at 3 bars of health, you can do that. Actually, that worked out pretty well. I took 2 hits from that guy, and right now I'm at 1, so I can die in 1 hit from this guy, which is perfect. I think taking the damage probably wastes a tiny bit of time, but it seemed to go really well. Plus I got the extended jump to get up there for the missiles on the first try. That jump's a little bit tight. You pretty much have to get your turtle sprite halfway into the side of the ledge, and then he clips up, because you're not actually supposed to be able to make that jump up there to get the missiles. You're supposed to go all the way around. You can do those extended jumps in several places in the game. You saw a lot of those in level 2. And I got them all in the first try, which is nice. So yeah, another thing, you see I have like 2.5 bars of health. With Leo, if you do the other turtle switching strat, you'll have more health naturally, probably. But Leo, it's a lot easier to get through anyway. With Don, it's kind of dangerous, especially later on. You'll see I'm just kind of damage boosting through these enemies to go fast. But my health can get kind of low, so you want to have a little bit extra. Like, I could do this with 1.5 bars of health from the start, but then I'll get down to only a half bar, and any hit with Don would kill me. I think I messed this part up. Actually, I messed that up a little bit. Bang into walls, but here you can actually despawn this guy if you move in a certain pattern, but I messed it up and I couldn't, so I was able to just damage through him. Didn't waste much time, but still not great. That jump's kind of tight. You have to like almost do a curved jump to get up there, but if you do, you despawn an extra fire guy, and I messed up that a tiny bit. I didn't go down the ladder perfectly. Hey, what's up, Golfer Tony? How's it going, man? Yeah, so some small mistakes there, but all the important stuff I'm getting, which is nice. I always hate when I like bump into walls though, or because you try to do everything so perfect, like with the ladders, you can basically climb, or you can start climbing up or down the ladders when your turtle's like halfway on the sprite, so you can get up it a little bit quicker. But if you try to do it too fast, you'll either bump into a wall or you won't get up or down it. So there's a lot of things, like the turtle van section as well. You can drive incredibly tight and do perfect turns, but if you miss them, you kind of bump into the wall for a split second and look like an idiot. So I do a few of those, but everything else in this level is going pretty much perfect. There's 3 main things. The first extended jump to get the missiles, and that went perfect. Then the little curve jump and to get past the fire guys, which went perfect. And then the mecha turtle fight's the biggest. This fight's pretty hard. I got that balloon enemy spawn, which I don't know exactly why that happens. Sometimes you get a different one, but that one pretty much has to hit you, which is unfortunate. But I think this fight goes pretty well. That was actually not perfect because I wanted to stay on that platform on the right, but I believe this part goes perfectly. Yeah, that was really good. As you can see, 3-second save, that's like an insane time. I don't think I've ever been -6 after this level. But really, that's where I have to save time in this run. It's got to be the first 4 levels, because like the last 2 levels in the PB were really, really good. So this is where I kind of had all the time to save, and actually the worst level in the run was this level. I messed that up, which is frustrating because I've been working on a safe strat for that, for the marathon, and actually tried the safe strat there, and I still bumped into that guy. Then I got boomeranged, which sucks. Yeah, it's pretty much RNG. I think there might be a way to control it just based on your movement and your jumps, but you really can't control when the boomerang guy shoots, and that's a part where it's unfortunate, because if he doesn't shoot, you can just jump right over him, but if he shoots you, you have to kind of bounce back or go to the right or attack him, and it wastes a couple seconds there. So pretty bad start to this level, which is unfortunate, but like in my best, I could probably save like 10 seconds in this level, so I only lost a few so far. I messed that jump up too. You're supposed to jump in between the metal thing and the little other thing. Like you'll see right here, I'm going to do a jump and I'm going to land in the middle, and I'm going to do a quick turn back. Can't even see it from the video almost. But if you land there, you're kind of farther to the right, and it'll let you just kind of advance closer. Normally you'll be behind those metal pole things, and it actually saves like a half second or a second over the course of those three rope sections if you do those little jumps and kind of wiggle, because it kind of pushes you a little bit to the right. Alright, so I didn't get a despawn there, and I took that a little bit slow. There's a faster way to get through that upper room, but what can you do about the upper room? But yeah, so this has not been the best level so far. A few things I didn't really have much control over, like the boomerang guy, but I did mess up a little bit on the first guy, and I played a little bit safe in that last room, so not the greatest level, but obviously I'm on a really good pace, and even if I have just a decent level, I can still save time in this one. But yeah, that's one problem with being so far ahead. I think I was even like nervous at this point. Oh, I messed that up. So I kind of jumped a little too high there. You can kind of do a quick attack and kill both of those balloon guys at the beginning, and then get through there quickly, but I think I did a bigger jump instead of a small one, and it slowed me down a bit. Probably only like a half second wasted, but still, I don't like any mistakes, so... So my health was good though, so I was able to just jump right into the first spikes, because you always jump into that spike, and then jumping over that guy is good, but I had good health, so I took an extra spike hit. Saves a tiny bit of time. But I normally do that, unless my health's bad. Yes, this level, beginning was a little bit slow, but overall, no serious mistakes, so I'm still on a good pace. I should still be able to save a good amount of time in this level. Not 10 seconds anymore, but probably 5 or 6 at least. Of course, there's a lot of tough things coming up here. Like right now, leaving that building, my time was 12 flat, which is really good. I think that's pretty much the best it's been. I think maybe once that was at 11:59, but normally it's at like 12:04, 12:05. 12 flat's good. Alright, so I got a turtle back here. This is actually a different route than what I used to do back when I speedran this, but there is a new route now where you get this scroll weapon and you have to go all the way here, and this room is very difficult, kind of scary. It's this jump right there, you have to basically run off the ledge of that conveyor belt to make the jump, and you see there I pretty much don't stop at all. I just damage boost off the guy and then get the scroll weapon and then kill those guys. So that went really well. It's pretty scary because if you don't do that jump correctly, you fall back into the fire pit, which is insta-death. Now the scroll weapon's huge through this run, but one thing that's important is you have to keep the scroll weapon, and I messed that up. I was supposed to kill both of those little laser shooters, but I only killed one, and my health gets pretty low there. Obviously there's a pizza, but I was in risk of dying because I messed up the attack, so I had to switch to Mikey real quick. Didn't waste a ton of time, but obviously, turtle switch back, it's probably like a second wasted. But yeah, the main thing there is keeping the scroll weapon, because you'll get an enemy or an item drop, like you can get sub-item drops throughout the game, and at this point I do not want any because I need the scroll weapon. The scroll weapon is what saves a ton of time through the rest of the game. Like, the path I'm taking this level is probably like 15 seconds slower than the old path, just to get the scroll weapon, but the scroll weapon saves a lot more than that throughout the rest of the game, so it's well worth it. But yeah, if I get a sub-weapon drop anywhere, I'm pretty much screwed. And you get a random item drop after every 24 enemy kills, so I was lucky to not get any. You actually use the scroll weapon on this fight. It looks like I'm just attacking, but if you look at the item, the weapon I have, it keeps flashing. What I do there is I attack up with the bow, and then right before the bow hits his hitbox, you press select to choose the scroll weapon. It actually does the damage of the scroll weapon without using it, because I guess the game registers the attack based on whatever item you have selected. Oh fuck, I forgot to split. Alright, well that's good. Actually, it's not good. I saved time there. I saved like 4 seconds. Like I said, I could have saved about 10 seconds, but I only saved 4 because that level wasn't great. But yeah, so now I'm like minus 10.5, I think. So that's a really good pace. That's kind of the pace I'd like to be on, because that's, I mean, this is where, like I said, I can save the time in the first 4 levels, so I pretty much have to be like minus 8, minus 10, minus 12, because there's a good chance of losing time later on. Alright, so this is the big part, obviously. If the Technodrome's not in this tunnel, the run is over. Alright, so I actually took damage there on purpose. And I got lucky, obviously, with the Technodrome. You want to take damage there because I was at 5 bars of health, but now I'm at 4. And you can actually kill this boss in 4 hits if you're at half health or less, and it takes 5 hits if you're at half health or more. So there I pretty much destroyed that guy. It only took 4 hits on the eyeball because I was at half health. It would have taken 5 if I wasn't, which isn't a huge deal. Yeah, still on record pace. So I was actually at 10.5 before this, and now I'm at 11.4. I did save about a second on that fifth split. It went pretty much perfect, which, except for that hit I took, but that obviously barely wasted any time. But yeah, so that was surprising. I didn't think I could save time in that split, but I did. So now I'm in the final level. This is where shit gets real. You see I missed that ladder for a second there. I tried to press down, but wasn't quite far enough over. Not a big time loss, but small mistake, obviously. Now we got the ceiling glitches, which is terrible. I'm scared, but this first one, like, there can be an enemy after you do this jump near the ladder. So I attack. There wasn't one there, but it could be, and if you don't attack, you'll get hit. But I was still able to get it on the first try, which is awesome. I didn't get the jump there, unfortunately. You can jump out of the floor there, but I was able to obviously climb the ladder. So that's lucky, because you can just hold right after you get in the ceiling, and you'll just attach on the ladder no matter what. You can do a jump out of the floor, which is quicker, but if you just hold right, you'll attach to the ladder. The second one, not as safe. There is no ladder. Yeah, you see I banged my head and I missed the first one, but I got it on the second try, and I didn't fall down, which is great. And then I get the jump, which is the main part, so we're on good pace. You see I shot those guys with my scroll. It reduces lag a lot there. It actually saves about a second. That was the LP Krispy Kreme strat. He kind of suggested that to me in chat not that long ago. I feel like the video just stuttered a bit, but I don't know. But yeah, he told me about, or he said that was an idea he came up with in chat, and I actually timed it out, and it was faster, so I used that. I guess the other concern here, the final hallway is pretty sick though. We'll just watch that. Actually, but yeah, you don't want to pick up a sub-weapon. That's the big problem here, because like I said, after every 24 enemy kills, you can get one, and you'll see I was going a lot faster at the beginning. I pretty much just kept walking and killing those guys, but at the end, I got the scroll weapon, or I lost the scroll weapon, so that was unfortunate. If I would have kept it there, it could have been a good amount faster. Ooh, I missed that shot too, so that was a bad fight. That's really an easy fight. I must have been super nervous at this point, because I wasted a couple seconds in that fight, and then the final hallway, it was unfortunate that I did lose it, because in this fight too, the scroll weapon kills him probably 2 hits faster. But the single star is not a bad weapon to use, because it's still faster than the bow. There it is. Actually, I split a little bit late because I didn't want it to beat my PB, but it actually is a 1753. It's like a 1753.9, so that was unfortunate, but doesn't really matter. But yeah, so 1753 is the new time. And as you can see, I lost a lot at the end there. A couple small mistakes in that level. Like I said, the time to gain was in the early levels. My level 6 in my old PB was really, really good. So that's kind of what I was expecting, to get like 8-10 seconds ahead going into level 5 and then just kind of hold on. So I was pretty happy with that, because obviously things didn't go as well at the end, but still a really good run. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Insult. Yeah, and as you can see, like, just a couple small things in the final level, but the main issue was losing the scroll weapon at the end, and then having that really bad mini-boss fight before Shredder. With that scroll weapon, I mean, it takes just 2 shots to kill the jetpack laser guys, which, I mean, it only takes 2 shots with the single star as well, but the scroll weapon goes through enemies, so the scroll weapon will go through those little flying robot ducks also, whereas the single star won't, and it's hard to get through like that with the single star. So if I would have kept the scroll weapon through that final hallway, I probably would have saved like 2 or 3 seconds, and if I didn't mess up that fight against the final jetpack laser, I probably would have saved another 2-3 seconds, but I'm not complaining. 1753 is really good.